Progress. Okay, so good morning, and this is a continuation of the statistics video. Before we talk about measures of spread today, I really want to talk about analyzing Likert scales and yes and no questions. So I'll first start with saying that Likert scales is what researchers use to analyze know respondents' attitude or knowledge or perception about a particular variable. So they use it to measure a respondent's behavior towards a particular variable. So that is Likert scale. And there could be a 3-point Likert scale, there could be a 5-point Likert scale, there could be a 7-point Likert scale. Example of a 5-point Likert scale could be strongly agree, agree, neutral, disagree, and strongly disagree. Then example of a 3-point Likert scale could be good knowledge, average knowledge, poor knowledge. So, and that's it. So here now, this is a data I got from somebody, and the date, the time, the gender, geopolitical zone of residence, educational qualification, religion, relationship status, occupation are all social demographic parameters, which we have covered in a previous video. So today we're talking about Likert scales, and I would like to use this as an example. Which of the following are signs of malaria that you know? And then the respondents answered, some answered poor, some answered average, some answered good. And so we'll be analyzing the knowledge of respondents based on these variables. So now here is our data. And let me see if I can bring up the coded data. Okay. So here is the coded data for everything. Here is the coded data. We've coded all those letters into numerical values. And let me open that again. Our code book says, go back to our code book and now, oh, this is bad. That's not supposed to be our code book, but I think I did more than one thing inside the code book. Oh, okay, so this is pretty scattered. I did more than one thing on the code book. My code book on the normal is supposed to be clean, but we graded good knowledge as 1, poor knowledge as 2, and no, good knowledge as 1, average knowledge as 2, and poor knowledge as 3. You know what? Let me see if I can confirm that. That's why it's good to. It's okay. I think I'll confirm that from my Excel. I mean, from my SPSS. Okay, so let's go to this place to confirm. I used my code book for more than one thing, and now I can't even know what I used it for. Okay, so like I said, I confirmed using my SPSS, and 1, good knowledge, 2, average knowledge, and 3, poor knowledge. I just wanted to confirm because, as you can see from my code book, it was so scattered. I actually advise that you don't do that. Please don't do that, because now I ran into some issues and I had to come back to my SPSS to look at it. Okay, so this is a coded book or coded sheet, Excel sheet, from which of the following are signs of malaria, what causes malaria, what is the initial vector of malaria. They are all assessing the knowledge of the respondents. And like we already checked in our SPSS, 1 good, 2 average, and 3 poor knowledge. So we're going to import this data into our SPSS, and it's just the same way that I explained in the previous video. So I will just open my imported data. And here, this is my imported data, which, okay. So this is the imported data. Like I said in my previous video, if you click here, it's going to change. So far, you've gone to your variable, include your labels, that's your values. So let's say that we imported this data. We've imported the data and it came up like this in our SPSS, and then we had to recode everything according to the previous videos, and then it came out as this. So these are the variables assessing the knowledge. Before I analyze this, I would like to show you the report. It's my word. No, this is not it. Okay, so. Okay, so this is what the knowledge, this is what the table that expresses that has information on knowledge looks like. So in this table, what we did was we kind of condensed the good and the average knowledge to form correct knowledge, and then the poor knowledge forms the incorrect knowledge. Okay, so bearing that in mind, let's go back to our SPSS and run the analysis. So this will go to analyze. From the report I showed you, you can see that we're just looking for frequency and percentages. So you're not looking for the mean, median, and mode. So same thing we did before, descriptive statistics, frequencies. Oh, sorry. So we're going to uncheck all these variables. We'll uncheck all of them and we'll put them back. As you can see from the screen, the knowledge question starts from which of the following are signs of malaria. So scroll up. So 1. We put in the next is what causes malaria. We click on it because we just want to be careful. The next is what is the insect vector. We put it, it's malaria, a killer disease. Put it, malaria can be transferred from person to person. Put it, malaria is endemic in Nigeria. So the next set of questions is, are you aware of malaria? Yes and no. And that is not a knowledge question. That is a perception question. So we just, if your frequency tables is not ticked, you tick it. Remember, we are not doing mean, median, and mode, so we don't need this. Press OK. And this shows here it's showing that we have 801 valid, the first step, 801 valid inputs of data, and we don't have any missing values. So this is a good knowledge showing that 230 has good knowledge. Remember, because we don't have any missing value, our percent and our value percent remain the same. Average knowledge shows 157 persons had average knowledge and 404 persons had poor knowledge. So if you add this good knowledge and average knowledge to form the correct knowledge, we have 7, 5 plus 3, 389 will form the correct knowledge, and 414 will form the poor knowledge for which of the following are signs of malaria that you know. So let's go back to our report. Okay, so I think my output was not showing, so I have to show my output again. I'm so sorry. Okay, so 230 had good knowledge with a valid percentage of 228.7. We don't have any missing data, so we use any of them. So now to get what we got in our report, like I said earlier, good knowledge and average knowledge kind of condensed it to form correct knowledge. And if you calculate it, it's going to be 387 for correct knowledge and 414 for poor knowledge. So we go for the variable which are the following are signs of malaria that you know. So let's go back to our report, and you can see 387 formed correct knowledge, and then 414 formed incorrect knowledge, and that's how we did for the other variables. Output, see, frequencies and percentages were shown for the other variables. So this is how to kind of analyze your Likert skills. So same thing, if you have strongly agree, and whatever, you just get the frequency of and percentages of persons that strongly agree, persons that disagree, and that is it. Okay, so to analyze the yes and no questions, let's go back to our data. Okay, so this is our yes and no questions, and we can see the are you aware of the malaria? Are you aware of the malaria vaccine? These are questions from here to here, analyzing the yes and no. Some people tick yes, some people tick no, some people tick I don't know. So we kind of analyze the data in separate entities. Yes, meaning that yes, the person is sure. No, meaning that no, the person does not know at all. And then I don't know, meaning that the person might know, he might not know, he's just not very sure. Okay, so to analyze the yes and no questions, we go to analyze descriptive statistics. Still, okay, let me kind of show you the yes and no on the report. Okay, so this is how the yes and no questions. Here we have the malaria vaccine. Yes, in 396 persons, no, and then nobody takes not sure for the first variable, and that is just simply it. Getting the frequency and the percentages. Percentages are in brackets. So let's go back to our SPSS. We go to analyze, go to descriptive statistics, frequencies. We uncheck. Sorry. Why am I not able to uncheck distance? What's wrong with my computer? It's this time delay. I really don't know what's wrong with my computer. I can't uncheck distance at once. Okay, so we start putting in yes and no. Are you aware? Yes. Do you think? vaccine will prevent malaria. We put, do you think the vaccine will stop the spread? Then do you think, so we have 4, oh my God, what happened? 4 yes and no questions. Our display frequency tables is already ticked, so we just press OK. Let me share my output. I'm not sure you guys are seeing my output. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Share it again. Okay, it's now on. All right. So this is our frequency table for yes and no. So no 405% with a percent of 50.6, yes 396 with a percentage of 49.4. We do not have any missing values. As you can see, nobody ticked I don't know here. So we put our 0 as frequency for I don't know in the I don't know column. And that is it for our yes and no. That just simply it.